Hey everyone, welcome to the Family Ministry Moment for this week. My name is Manu. I'm the family pastor at UMC the Palm Beaches. And this week, I was really been thinking about the concept of peace. I know that's a tough thing to talk about, but I've been talking to quite a few students about that. A lot of them have been concerned about the stuff that's going on in our world right now. And I don't have any clear answers about any of those things, but what I do know is that we have to figure out how we can live and find peace through all of this chaos. And there's this really cool devo, this story that I found that I've read in different ways before, but I think this one's really, really cool. And I'm going to read it with you, and then I'm going to send the devo out in the email so you can read it yourself. It says, a king offered a prize to the artist who would paint the best picture of peace. Lots of different artists tried their hands, but none of them could distinguish perfect peace. And then one by one, finally, the king chose two different pictures. One was of a lake with a perfect mirror for the peaceful, towering mountains all around it. Overhead was a blue sky with fluffy white clouds, and all who saw this picture thought this would be the perfect picture of peace. Imagine beautiful, serene mountains and white, fluffy clouds and a little river and just a beautiful, serene image, right? It's like one of those Thomas Kincaid kind of images we get, like those Christmas perfect pictures. It's beautiful and it's peaceful. There was another picture that the king also saw, and he saw this picture and he said the picture had mountains as well, but these mountains are rugged and bare, and above them was an angry sky from which rain was falling and lightning was vibrantly visible, and the thunder was in the air. And down the mountain tumbled a foaming waterfall. And this did not look peaceful at all. I mean, there's storms. We here in Florida know all about what it's like. Dark thunderstorm going overhead, and there's this waterfall in the distance, but it's not like a serene, peaceful waterfall. It's like a waterfall that's crashing down, and as it hits the rocks, it begins to shatter and bubble everywhere. But the king looked deep into the picture. When he looked really close, he saw behind the waterfall a tiny bush growing in the crack of a rock. And in that bush, a mother bird had built her nest. And there, in the midst of the rush of the angry water and the thundering skies, there was this beautiful, beautiful bird nest. See, what the king understood in that moment is that peace is not something that depends on a serene environment or a perfect world, but it's a combination of factors and how we respond to it. Peace can happen anywhere, anytime, and in any heart, but that heart has to commit to peace. So the most difficult thing we have to do is go searching for peace. It's not the chaos in the world that affects us or hits us that matters. It's how we respond to it that matters. We're taught all the time when we're going through talk therapy with people, we're working through that. Even when I go to my therapist always tells me, she's like, Manu, there's going to be lots of different conflicts you're going to have. There's lots of different issues you're going to face. But what matters the most is how you respond to those issues. And honestly, as we go through all the stuff we're going through in our world today, what matters is how we respond to those issues. How are we talking about the people around us? How are we talking about ourselves in that moment? Are we feeling anxious, or how are we responding to that anxiousness? And are we working with each other to build a sense of unity and community around us? Those are the things we have to work on. And to find true peace, we have to work with each other to make that happen. It doesn't happen on its own. And we have to really think about how we respond to things. Do we respond with chaos? Do we respond with anger? Or do we respond with contemplation? Do we respond with curiosity to understand what's going on around us? I know the world's in chaos, but are we stopping to think about why and what's going on? Are we thinking about the people that the chaos is affecting? And are we praying for them, but are we also working for them? Are we doing the things that we can do tangibly in a world to make the world preferably our world, a better place? How are you making your home environment a better place and a peaceful place for the people around you? How are you making your school environment, church environment, your work environment? How are you making that a more peaceful place for you to be? And those are the things we have to really strive for. I know sometimes it feels like a drop in the bucket in the midst of the chaos that we live in. But we have to make peace in the world around ourselves before we can start to make peace in the greater world around us. And so that's my thought for this week. I'm going to send a devo out to go with this. I think you're going to like it. I hope to be able to connect with folks this Sunday. It's been great during this holiday season being able to connect with new people. And don't forget, the holiday seasons are stressful, but I hope to be able to get a chance to connect with you during a Sunday morning service, either at 9 o'clock or 11:15. Don't forget, we do have 10 o'clock Sunday school or small group classes for all ages on Sunday mornings. And on Sunday nights, we've got youth group at 4 o'clock. So we hope you can join us for one of those opportunities on a Sunday.